morning, guys. My name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please press the like button. Please do subscribe. And what a sunny day it looks like here in Rochester at the moment. The sun's out, which is good, but it's still a bit chilly. The temperature is not quite warm enough yet to really go out in shorts and t-shirts. I don't think so anyway. I tried it the other day and my legs got frozen. Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. On this day in 1611, the first documented performance of William Shakespeare's Macbeth took place at the Globe Theatre in London. Superstition has it that the play includes spells from real witches, which angered them and made them curse the play.
Oh, something I didn't know. I always like to hear something new, some fun facts or interesting facts. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 8:50 a.m.
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Thursday the 20th of April.
Alexa, and the weather in Rochester?
Currently, in Rochester, England, it's 5 degrees Celsius with clear skies and sun. Today, you can expect clouds with a chance of showers, with a high of 13 degrees and a low of 5 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
What do astronauts eat out of? A satellite dish.
Right, guys, so it is Thursday morning. I went to my mum's in Chatham yesterday, and I came back to my home, which is in Rochester. So if I go out anywhere, I will obviously be going from Rochester because that's where I live. My mum lives in Chatham. I saw her for 5 hours. She's getting a bit frustrated about being on her own, which is understandable. She's a widow. She lost Derek in 2021 and she's like still living the way my dad was living, because they were a couple for a very long time. When you're together for a very long time, when you lose a partner, you're shocked. You don't know what to do. And my mum hasn't got a large family. So if you've got a large family with, large extended family, then it sort of takes your mind off of it. But my mum and myself are stuck indoors quite a great deal of the day, and when you're on your own, you think and you think and you think, and you can get yourself in quite a state. I had a word with my mum. I said, what's your worker doing for you? What's my mum's worker doing for you? Well, apparently one of my mum's workers encouraged my mum. My dad had left money. He had, when he died, he had money left behind. So that money, obviously, my mother was entitled to, because she was his wife and his next of kin. My mum didn't want to touch my dad's money. And I had said myself, well, you're entitled to it, you're his wife. Now, one of her workers got my mum to get hold of my father's money. And then she said, now you've got to tell the council. Now you've got to tell, because my mum was claiming housing benefit before she touched Dad's money. She didn't want to touch it. She didn't want to get involved with it. She just wanted to carry on with her life. So her worker told her to get the money that was entitled to her. So she did. Then the worker said, now you've got to inform the council. So my mum lost the entitlement to housing benefit and is now paying housing benefit out of the money she got from Dad passing on. Now it is upsetting, isn't it, that happens, right, to some people. So my mum's an old age pensioner. she's getting on for 80, and that money could have given her a decent life, you know, enough to put a deposit on a house or something, and now she's having to pay a full council tax and full rent, right, every month. My mum is elderly, and she'd said to a worker she was worried about her TV licence, paying her TV licence. People getting towards in their 70s, 80s and 90s, some of them can't get used to computers and information technology. And my mum had asked her worker, could you know, and apparently one of her workers, a younger woman, and she got a bit touchy with my mum. She said, oh, why can't you use... she told her to stop moaning or something. She got a bit ratty with my mother, apparently. Because my mum is of an old era where you didn't have mobile phones, you didn't have computers, and she just wants to go on the phone and pay her TV licence. Now, when I get my TV licence, I've been brought up with computers and information technology, so I've got no problem going online, sorting out a direct debit to pay the TV licence. But my mum doesn't want to do that. She wants to pay it over the phone. So she told me that she tried to pay it over the phone, and they told her to go online and do it. And she doesn't want to do that. So she was asking her workers if they could help her. And now she's worried about getting into trouble with her bills because her workers don't want to help her do it online. She just wanted to pay her TV licence over the phone. And of course, she said because of COVID, not many people are actually going to work now. You know, people that help, Kit, you know, a lot of people are working from home or they're doing it over the phone with video calls, you see. And my mum, Jennifer, has not got a computer or a mobile. So she can't have a Zoom call, she can't have a doctor's virtual appointment because she hasn't got a mobile phone and she doesn't want one, and that's her choice. So you should still, I mean, when my prescription was stopped at Boots Pharmacy Strood, there was an option to talk to someone over the phone and get a code and deal with it that way. But in the end, I myself was directed to the NHS website and told to order my prescription on there. I was. And I tried to get my prescription over the phone, and the doctor's receptionist kept saying, you need to download the NHS app. It's not fair to the older generation. It isn't fair at all. A lot of elderly people are struggling with this information technology lark. I mean, they're old and frail and they need help, and the workers aren't there anymore either. They aren't there. And some of them, I think, are just being shoved to one side, and some of them are being mistreated. And young people are getting, not losing their tempers, but treating elderly people like they're a bit thick and they don't understand. It's not that. When you get old, things fail, don't they? Your legs fail, your brain fails, you go a bit deaf, you can't see. The Queen herself, towards the end of her life, got all frail and hunched over and was wearing a hearing aid. You know, our parents brought us into this world. We shouldn't be treating the elderly like they're a burden. It's disgusting. Some workers are treating elderly people like they're a burden. And of course, my mum is still isolated. She's still feeling upset after losing my father. And no one's offered physically to help her do anything. I think if someone turned around and said, oh, there's a companion service, someone could come round and see you're okay and maybe take you out for a coffee and walk you about a bit, but no one's saying that to my mum. And I'm not a worker. She's not going to take it from me. She's not going to listen to me because you know what I mean. She needs someone professional to say to her, look, there's a number. If you feel lonely or you need someone to talk to, ring this number. Right? But I think she's confused and lonely after my father passed away. And I'm younger than my mum. I'm 20 years younger, and my dad dying has been tough on me because he used to tell me what to do. Derek used to tell me what to do, and I was his daughter. Very funny man he was, very funny. He would tell me off. Derek would tell me off for something, and then he would go and do exactly what he told me not to do. He'd go and do what he told me not to do. Very strange person he was, his behaviour. Very strange, but he was very, very controlling. He didn't used to like me to speak to anyone, and I was his daughter. How do you break free from the cycle of abuse? It's very difficult. Sometimes you do need professional help, especially when you've suffered sexual abuse and beatings. You can't just say to someone, pull yourself together. These workers don't know my mum's history. They're just looking at her like she's an eccentric old lady. And she's been through a lot. And I've been through a lot. And you just get looked at as if you're fucking nuts, and it's not the case. And I'm sick of it. And the police siding with perpetrators, I mean, and not, it's absolutely disgusting. And the police, that I told you yesterday, takeaways, then two more deliveries come, and it's actually a scam. It's a scam. I looked it up online. The number that's been ringing Just Eat, entering the code, it's based in London. It's Just Eat in London. It's a scam coming from London. I'm not a police officer, and it took me 3 or 4 minutes to surf the internet and find out that it's a scam. That number is a scam. It's Just Eat in London. So if you put Just Eat scams in, it's a scam. They're scamming people. One of them actually got in the newspapers, sent a £63 takeaway round to somebody. It was in one of the national newspapers. It's a scam. Beware, Just Eat phishing scam. Just Eat's full of it. Scams. I don't have a Just Eat app, but my dad did. Derek did. He had a Just Eat app. Right, Just Eat scam victims baffled by orders from Leicester. A hacker appears to be targeting Just Eat accounts to order food from a Leicester Chinese takeaway. A mum from Leeds was left £70 out of pocket after the scam artist made a monster order, including Peking sauce, sweet and sour king prawn balls, dry combination chow mein, beef with cashew nuts, mushroom foo young, and king prawn fried rice from the former Ming's Garden, after somehow gaining access to her Just Eat account. I haven't got a Just Eat account. What is happening to me is people are ordering vast amounts of food from different takeaways, sending them to my address, and they're unpaid. But it's a scam because they've been doing it to other people. It's just not me. Gmail and Outlook users warned of, see, I've got a Gmail account, that's probably where it's come from. Gmail and Outlook users warned of dangerous Just Eat email is actually a scam. So they're going through people's emails. I was charged £63 for a Chinese takeaway I never ordered. This was in the Sun newspaper in 2022. Phantom fee. I was charged. I was charged. Sorry, my phone's playing up. I was charged £63 for a Chinese takeaway I never ordered. It was a scam and no one knows how they did it. Yeah, look. They were baffled by the £63.50 bill for the Oriental feast that he had not purchased, that was being sent to an address he did not recognise in Edinburgh, Scotland again. This guy was actually taking money out of the people's bank account. They're actually sending takeaways to my address, and I haven't got a Just Eat account, and I haven't got a bank account attached to my emails. So they've probably been trying to take money out of my bank account, but it hasn't worked. So they're now sending the takeaways to my address that haven't been paid for. And this can go on for months. It's gone on to somebody who's been suffering this for months. So it's not just me, guys. They're not just targeting me. They're doing it to loads of people. Fortunately for me, I've hardly ever got anything in my bank account, and they wouldn't have been able to take money out to pay for it. But why do that? Why order someone a meal and then take it pay it with their bank account? Who does things like that? I don't understand it, because you're making people poor and penniless, taking money out their bank accounts. I suppose they get a thrill from it, a kick. Like they've upset people. So, I mean, so 1 minute you've got £63 in your bank account for a bill, the next minute you're fucking got nothing in it at all because someone's ordered a takeaway and you've paid for it and you haven't ordered it. Wow, that was in the Sun newspaper. I'm actually not paying for these takeaways, but the police should be doing something to stop it. And the number on the takeaway receipt is coming from London. They're phoning a London Just Eat, typing in a code, and then ordering a takeaway and having it delivered here. But the woman that was on the phone, called Hannah, that ordered it, was Scottish. Well, she had a Scottish accent anyway. But I'm not losing any money. They're just wasting. They're wasting Just Eat's time. They're wasting the police's time, and they're trying to keep me up at night. My mum said last night, she called me when I got in just after 6. She said she was going to bed and she wouldn't call me later on. And then I started getting funny takeaways again. She said, I'm calling you now so you can just like relax and go to bed. And then nearly 9 o'clock, it was my mother that said she was going to bed. I walked the dog. So they in fact didn't keep my mum up. Because I was up already when 2 delivery drivers rang my buzzer at the same time, one after the other. So my mum had said to me on the phone, I'm going to bed, Janestra. I won't call you anymore this evening. Have a good night's sleep. And then I took the dog out. I came back and I had 2 takeaway delivery drivers just after 9 p.m. So maybe they thought they was waking my mum out of bed, but I don't go to bed sometimes till 1 o'clock in the morning. So they're not waking me up out of my sleep. It's just weird, isn't it? It's weird. And I just think they're a bit strange. See you later.